Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. Why you don't have as much money as you should have. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. As we reported last week, federal government is now getting a record amount of tax money from us, the hard-working American public. And yesterday, the Census Bureau issued a new report that says state and local taxes at record levels as well. This is why the U.S. economy is stagnant. American consumers don't have enough money to spend because the tax man is taking the money. I mean, a 10-year-old can understand this. If you drain the private sector of wealth, consumer spending will be affected. And you can't get out of a soft economy without consumer spending. This is why for the past 5 years, the economy has been bad in the USA, and the folks aren't spending enough. Now, President Obama will tell you he's not a big tax guy. Listen to him.
I know you hear a lot of folks on cable TV claiming that I'm this big tax and spend liberal. Next time you hear that, you just remind the people who are saying it that since I've taken office, I've cut your taxes. Your taxes today, the average middle-class family, your taxes today are lower than when I took office.
But that statement is spin, pure spin. Once again, the federal government is getting more tax revenue than ever before, and state and local taxes are at the highest level in the history of this country. More facts. State and local income taxes will clock in at more than $114 billion in the second quarter of this year, a record. State and local sales taxes, more than $82 billion, a record level. Fuel taxes, more than $11 billion, a record. Motor vehicle taxes, almost $8 billion, another record. Property taxes approaching $100 billion this year, a record for the second quarter. So even if you live in San Francisco, you can see working Americans are being punished by high taxes across the board. The people we've elected are taking away our security because we can't accumulate enough money to feel secure in retirement. They're taking away our legacy because we can't pass money on to our children. They're putting us in danger because we can't protect ourselves from disasters. And even with all that money flowing into Washington, the country is close to a $700 billion a year deficit. And the United States owes close to $17 trillion. Things are obviously out of control, and the Democratic Party is primarily to blame. Simply put, President Obama and his acolytes do not want Americans to accumulate wealth. They want to take private wealth away from those who have it and give it to those who don't have it. And they've succeeded in doing that with an assist from the Bush administration, which ran up colossal debt after 9/11. Taxes in America have reached critical mass, yet Nancy Pelosi says no more cuts are possible. So unless we, the American people, the working people, wise up and understand what a bad deal we're getting, we'll never have a vibrant economy again. It's just impossible. And that's a memo. Now for the top story tonight, reaction with us, Dr. Jeannie Zaino, political science professor at Iona College. And I must say, Doctor, we're pleased to have you because almost all of the left-wing economists were too frightened to come on this program. We have a list that we asked. And not that we didn't want you, we do, but they were scared to death of this because they know what's happening here. But I'm sure you disagree. Go ahead.
Well, let's start with the census report, and that seems to have gotten a lot of coverage about the income at the state and local level.
Correct.
Look at income tax, you're right, it's absolutely increased. But there's an enormous misunderstanding about why that has happened, and I think that has to be said. Lawmakers expected it to happen, and I am not an economist, I am a political scientist, and this has to do with politics. Why the increase in second quarter income tax at the state and local level? Because at the end of 2012, the fiscal cliff fight, the politics in Washington, many people, many investors said, we're not going to get bit by a steep tax increase. And they started taking steps to avoid that, number one. Number two, California voted proposition to increase sales tax and income tax. Those two things together really account for the enormous increase.
I am not giving the folks a pass on this because, to be truthful and to be blunt, the American people are getting what they deserve because they have been voting for the nanny state entitlements and all of this stuff for, what, 2 election cycles now. But the fact remains that people are living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, the average American has like $3,000 in savings. And yet, every time they turn around, we're talking working people. I got my tax bill and my knees buckled this year. Okay, they actually buckled, but how much am I? But I have money. You know, you don't feel sorry for me. But people, you know, they go to register their car, they go to buy gasoline, the stuff they need. But
that's exactly why we need to be doing what the president has said all along we need to be doing, and yet politically in Washington,
doing what?
We need to end the income inequality in this country.
You can't. The government can't end it.
Well, but the government can't end it if you have a party in power who is not willing to go and take the steps necessary to do that.
That's socialism.
We need tax reform.
You can't have.
We need to make sure to cut health care costs.
Doctor,
yes.
You haven't cut anything. The Obamacare tax is going to kick in at 3.8%. That's another tax rise, all right? The Social Security was reinstituted. That's 2% more. They haven't cut a damn thing, and you know it, all right? But look, your basic thesis of income inequality is socialism. Don't you get that? The government cannot impose income equality on a private marketplace. They can't.
Look at the fight going on today in this last few weeks over Obamacare. Healthcare is one of the biggest drivers in our economy. You don't get that under control, you can't fix the economy.
But it's not under control.
I am not a huge fan of Obamacare itself, the way it came out, but at least we've taken steps to try to reform an enormous problem in this country. Unless
like
you
saying,
tackle these things.
That's like saying, I'm the coach of the New York Jets, and we're not doing well. I fire the whole team, and I put little leaguers on the field. At least I'm taking some steps to do something. That's ridiculous. Look, Detroit. Who runs Detroit? Who? Democrats, correct?
Sure.
Right. For decades, bankrupt. Illinois, going off the cliff. All right?
30
Democrats.
states in this country are run by Republican governors.
I'm glad you brought that up.
They absolutely are.
U.S. News and World Report did a recent study and said that the Republican red states are cutting taxes while the blue Democratic states are raising them. Don't you see what's happening here?
But in your talking points, you talked about the fact that this didn't start with Obama. Look at the Tea Party movement. They were upset by the spending. They were upset by what George Bush was doing. That's what got them going.
He ran up an amazing amount of debt.
He ran up a huge amount of debt.
The current president had 5 years.
Democrats get the responsibility for this?
Because they've been in power for 5 years, and the median income has gone down. Yeah. That's why.
And listen, I am not here to say that what has happened in the last 5 years is something that I would fully support or want, but how can you expect the president to act when at every turn, everything he's wanted to do has been stopped by Republicans in Congress?
For the first 2 years, he had control of both houses.
And he passed health care reform.
That's all. And health care reform has constricted the economy.
And that is an enormous accomplishment.
It's an enormous economy for you as a liberal person, but it's not
a liberal person.
But it's not an enormous economy. It's not an enormous accomplishment for the economy because it's resulted in less hiring. Okay? So your policies are smashing up against the folks. They might get a break on their health insurance at a lower level, but there's not enough jobs to support them.
They're going to private health insurance companies when you're talking about Obamacare. Right. 2 years, he passed major legislation nobody was able to do before and expect a major driver of the economy. I agree, there's a lot more to be done.
A lot more. This is a disaster right now.
Well, it's better than it was when you inherited it in 2008.
No, it's not. I don't believe it's better because
you want to go back to the recession?
The median income of Americans is down. So in my opinion, that's the driver, and it's worse. Doctor, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Very good debate. Thank you. Next on the rundown, California saying